Boy, I picked a wild one today. And on this one, we're gonna help a guy named Cecil. He's a lawn guy. He got cancer before the start of the season. His season was completely wiped out while he was going through treatments. And because of that, now he's in a position where he may lose his home. I tell you guys, I don't care about the money, and I'm gonna go ahead and put my money where my mouth is. I'm gonna go ahead and pay his house payment for 6 months, because I know the winter months are the hardest time. So I'm gonna go ahead and pay that house payment, but I'm also going to support his GoFundMe in this video, and the first 90 days of the revenue from this video are gonna go to him after all, the proceeds. So all right, the first thing I'm gonna do on this property is I'm gonna go ahead and cut the yard. I'm gonna use the mower, weed eat, mow it again if I have to, which I'm sure I will. So that's where we're at. Let's get to it.
Hello friend, my name is Gary Garrison. I am a 56-year-old dad blessed with a 7-year-old son. In December of 2020, I was diagnosed with cancer. Now August, weeks ago, scans revealed no cancer to their knowledge, with regular scans to continue in the following months.
Gross. There's a pee bottle on every job, and I just happened to hit this one. Yummy.
As a father, it's hard to see many children without their dad today. I'm overwhelmed that survival of this venture is very hopeful. However, with over 70 hospital visits and treatments, for the first time in my life, I've been unable to work and provide for our son and his mom. They mean everything to me, and I have let them down. At least, that's how I feel. Now facing over $30,000 in collections and medical debts still climbing, the physical healing has become merely half the challenge we face ahead. The financial healing will be as steep a climb as the physical. Asking for help is painful. It makes a person feel unwanted, alone, and disposable. With any help you're led to give, even sharing this, please share this. I am deeply in your debt and grateful. Thank you so much for anything you're led to do to play a role in helping us. Our children are our future. If it wasn't for our son and his mom, this plea would likely not be made. Alone, I would navigate just fine as I've done in times past. But this time, there's more to consider than just myself. Throughout this year, I've asked for help on Facebook, but very few have seen it, as my audience are only dozens with little response. But those who have responded did so with all their heart. For our son and I thank God for those who've blessed us. For these are not people of wealth, but people with a huge heart for a child and his dad and his mom. Whatever social platform you may have, please consider sharing this. And by doing so, you too are helping a child in his life with his father continue on without the stress and worry of whether or not their house is going to be taken, whether or not they're going to make it through to the next year. Asking for help is one of the most painful things I've ever done. This is hard. It's really hard. I'm very blessed by those who have reached out to help. And I know that with your help, we're going to get through this. This storm will pass, and we will continue to have a decent life without the worry that cancer has brought on. Thank you. Thank you so much for all of your help. We appreciate you. We love you. And I so look forward to getting back where I can help others again. Thank you again.
Actually a big stump here, if you can see it there, and the inside's rotting out. My tire is sitting right inside that stump now, so that's the edge on the back side. There's a hole. Tire is completely free there, so I'm gonna see if I can't get it unstuck. All right, so I'm thinking if I bounce on it, I might get it to come loose. We're gonna see here. I know someone's gonna say you're tearing up the mower doing this kind of work or popping wheelies. I bought this mower to be destroyed. I don't really know. I just call him a wolf spider. I don't know what that is there. But you can see just how big he is. surprisingly handling that really well. I'm cutting trees that are probably like this. Well, we got our first break. Not sure what it is. I figured it out. Didn't take but a second. All you guys tell me I'm gonna break it. I just want to show you. A little spring popped off. No biggie. Put it on there and back to doing it. calling that good. I'm gonna go blow off the rest of the property, fan out all the grass. It'll look real sharp. What's up, my boring channel viewers? I know you guys like it short and sweet, so I'll keep it short and sweet. That came a long ways. It went from ugly rundown house to, well, it's significantly better. Okay, you got to give me that. But you know, I mean, we came in a long ways. help somebody out. This would have been $400 or $500 easy if they were paying the company, and we polished it up, I'd say pretty well. All that said, thank you so much for the support. You guys are awesome. You stay in there and stay supportive. I'll stay in here and keep working. We'll see if we can't help some people.